He said, say a few words. How am I going to say a few words in 90 years? How am I going to, you know, complete that in 5 minutes, 10 minutes? But you know what? My son surprised me. He told me he was going to rent a room at McDonald's. I mean, look at this place. He's always surprising me. But he says, well, they couldn't get the band in there. Yeah, they couldn't get the band at all. It's too small. So 90 years of life, that's, yeah, I've been, God bless me for that. I've been very blessed. I have to warm you guys up. I have to warm you guys up with a joke, get started. You probably heard the milk joke. If you heard it, laugh anyway. So this lady goes in the grocery store. She says to the clerk, my doctor ordered me to take a milk bath. I'd like to have 2 gallons of milk, please. And the clerk says, pasteurized? She says, oh no, only up to my stomach. So I was born in a little town called Nanticoke, Pennsylvania. It's a coal mine that's in the heart of the Wyoming Valley, the anthracite region, the hard coal. And Nanticoke is named after the Indians that were settled at Niagara Falls. So they came back into the Wyoming Valley, and Nanticoke was named as one of the Nanticoke Indian tribes. But you may have heard of the Wyoming Valley was had a massacre. They called it the Wyoming Valley Massacre. That's when the British came, and they massacred 350 settlers. That's around the Wyoming Valley, takes in Wilkes-Barre, takes in, and all those other cities. So you know, a lot of you know from traveling up there. So anyway, I was the 6th born. There were 8 of us. I had my sisters before me and my big brother. So I followed Aunt Sadie. They all called her Aunt Sadie. And I called her, she was the scholar. She always had a book in her hand. So I was number 6, and then there was my other sisters, Mary, and then my brother, baby brother, Harold. So we lived in this house on Maple Street. It was, there weren't too many rooms. There were 8 of us, my mother and father, and I slept with some of my sisters. That's it. But we also had Uncle Mickey there, my mother's brother. I don't know where they put him. They must have put him on the porch. So anyway, we didn't have too much, we had heat, you know, they had a coal stove, and you had a hole up in the ceiling to get heat up into the bedrooms. And that's all you had, and you had a bucket a day, they call it, to heat up the water. So we never had a tub. There was an old tub upstairs on the 2nd floor. I turned the spigot on, and the icicles came out. So you have 5 sisters. They have to do their hair right. So we don't have showers. We don't know what a shower is. I had a shower in the Navy at 17. So there I was, 17 years without a shower. The people were running away from me. So one day when I was working, I went into work, and the boss says to me, "Do you take a shower today?" I said, "No, why, is one missing?" So anyway, we had this house, it was very cold, and we used Sears Roebuck's tub. That was our bath. We had a pantry off the kitchen, and we had a curtain across. So we had a old Sears Roebuck tub. That's where we took our baths. And my father would come home from the mines. You know, he flopped down, he's so tired. So that's where he'd take his bath. And in this pantry we had a sink. So here I have 5 sisters, they got to do their hair. So they're shampooing their hair, one at a time. So they come out of the pantry, and they go over to the stove and open up the oven door. And they would sit in front of the oven door to dry their hair. There was no such thing as what, a hair blower?
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, my father had the 8 children, and he said 8 is enough. So he couldn't get on TV. They didn't have TV then. They have this show. I don't know what it is. 16 and counting. Maybe she wants 17 or 8. I hope they can afford it. So we went to first. We had no kindergarten. You start first grade. So I was 6 years old, and my sister Rita took me there. I cried like a baby. She left me all alone. And as you progress, the school had 6 grades. And it was the Centennial School. It was built on top of the hill, on top of the coal mine. Well, the whole Nanticoke, the whole city is on top of coal mines. So Sadie, my sister Sadie, I followed her. So I'm going through the grades, and then I take the grade that she had, and the teacher said, "You're not Sadie McGraw's brother. How come she can be so smart and you so dumb?" Well, I can't help it. That's just the way it was. So we had, my sister Rita was the one that was really active. She done everything. She was lifeguard, a Girl Scout leader, and her a great swimmer. So I swam with her across the Lake Silkworth up in the mountains, the 2 of us. And we progressed, but see, the schools went from the 6th grade, then you would go to the 7th and 8th, and then from the 7th and 8th, junior high school, and then into the big high school. I never made it. Then the war came along, and that's what changed everything. Everybody left school. They worked in the defense plants. My sister was a nurse in the hospital, and my other sister did reading for the Navy. And it was a little, the war came along, and it was kind of prosperous. That was, that's when we had the money. We finally got the money. I know I used to say to my mother, "Mom, can I have this, can I have that?" She says, "No, you're driving me to the poorhouse." But Mom, we're already in the poorhouse. So we had not too much, for holidays and all that. The children in the school would give us something for a holiday, and we were very grateful. So we all survived, and of course we all had the same disease that everybody else had. So you got 8 children, you might as well put them on. You got the measles. So put the 8 children in bed and let them get it all the time. So I had everything. I contacted the grip. They called it the grip then. They call it the flu today, I guess. I had the grip. So I stayed. My mother kept me down in the downstairs in the kitchen. I slept on the couch. And then the doctor would visit me every so often. The good Polish doctor, Dr. Szymanski. He would come and take care of me. Yeah, he was very good. And then my mother liked to go to bingo, so I went to bingo all the time. I think she favored me a little bit. I was always, I was always a skinny kid. Her famous saying was, "You're driving me to the poorhouse. I think you have a tapeworm." She makes all this delicious food, and I keep eating it. I know. So after everybody, got settled, I went to bingo with my mother, and on the way home, my mother looks at me, she says, your face is all puffed up. So, well, I don't know. So she took me to the doctor the next day and I had the mumps. So here I am. I got the mumps, I got the measles, the chicken pox. They put a quarantine on the door. Hey, don't pass the McGraw's house. You'll have to catch something. So I had everything that was there. I had all the diseases. I guess I'm cured now. But this is great. My son, they didn't expect this. I said, I don't want anything big, nothing big. But God bless him. He's a very good son. I've been blessed with a lot of people, a lot of children, very blessed. And Scripture says, be kind to your father in his old age, and you will live a long life. Well, they've been kind to me a long time. And all my good friends, all my friends and my grandchildren help me out. My daughter-in-law, make sure I get to the doctors. My daughter, Erin, make sure I have the appointments right. And I couldn't ask for anything better. Family, real good family. All my friends, they were very good, thanks. And thank you, Judy, for being a good friend and a good pizza party. Natalie took care of the pizza, the Yarly singles a long time, organized. That was a great job, Natalie. But you know, I think they should call the Yarly Singles the Yarly Single Eating Club. All they do is eat. I mean, after the pizza, I got the newsletter from May June. They got about 10 dining reservations. So they really know how to eat. I want to thank you all for coming. God bless you. You've been wonderful. You've been wonderful, all you guys. And another thing about the singles, they always have like a good picnic. I look forward to John Burns' hot dog deck party. Then I could bring my baked beans. But you got to get there early because they go fast. The baked lima beans are going. I look forward to Irvin has some kind of a seafood picnic. And you can't miss it. So if you'd like to eat, come and join the Yarly Singles. Thank you all for coming and God bless you.
Go ahead, Frank.
All right, Daddy.
Go for it. Go ahead.
Think of